Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to install Mac OS Monterey in an unsupported model like in a 2011 MacBook Pro model. I'm also going to upgrade this MacBook Pro 2011 to an SSD and a pair of 8 gigs of RAM, making a total of 16 gigs. As you can see, this MacBook has installed Mac OS Sierra. It is a dual-core i7 model and also it just have only 4 gigs of RAM. The OS is installed on a very old HDD, which makes this MacBook very slow. This MacBook is also in a very poor state. As you can see, there are missing screws and the backplate is a little bit bent. There are also 2 rubber feet missing in the right part of this MacBook. I'm going to buy a replacement for this and also more new screws for replace. The first thing I'm going to do is to disassemble this MacBook and give it a good clean. As you can see, the motherboard is very dusty and filled with dirt. This actually can make your computer very slow, so let's clean it. Here I'm installing 1600 MHz DDR3 RAM into the MacBook Pro. This kit was actually very cheap, and this Mac can support up to 16 Macs. Okay, so now we are ready to install Monterey on this MacBook Pro. To do this, we are going to search for OpenCore Legacy Patcher on Google, and we're going to click on the first link. Right here, we click on Getting Started, and on the left menu, we select Download and Build macOS installers. And on the Creating the installer, we click on OpenCore Legacy Patcher Apps. Make sure you are on the latest version, in this case it's 0.6.5, and right under Assets we select on OpenCore Patcher.zip. Okay, so now we have downloaded the OpenCore Legacy Patcher. We double click it and we wait until it opens. Right here we click Open, and next we have to create an installer. To do this, we need a USB flash drive with minimum 16 GB of free space. This is a very important step because we are creating a USB file or USB installer for our MacBook Pro 2011. We are going to select in the display menu our MacBook Pro 8.1. Now we're going to plug in our flash drive into our Mac, and we're going to select Create Mac OS Installer. Right here we wait until it downloads, and we now select on Mac OS 12.6.5. We click this option and we wait until it downloads. Once we download it, it's going to ask for our password. When everything's done, we are going to click on Flash Installer. And now we select Install macOS Monterey. And here we select our USB drive. It's going to format the USB, so be careful which one you select. And now we have to wait until it creates the macOS Monterey installer into our USB drive. This process can actually take a very long time, so I recommend you to wait. So now here we click to install OpenCore to disk. We wait, and now to install to disk again. We wait until it fetches, and now this is very important. We have to select our USB drive. don't select any other disk or flash media. Select the USB drive you are going to use to actually install Monterey. As you can see here, everything has succeeded. So now we have to click OK, we wait, or we click return to main menu, and we have to unplug your USB flash drive. And now we're going to our MacBook Pro 8.1 or Pro 2011. We plug the flash drive into our MacBook and we turn it on. We hold Alt while it's turning on, and now it's going to appear the boot menu. Right here in the boot menu, we select our EFI media with the yellowish logo. We enter, and now here we select install macOS Monterey. So if you want to keep your old files and just upgrade the macOS, you are going to select install Monterey. But if you want to perform a clean install, you are going to select the disk utility option. In this case, we're going to do the disk utility option. So now here we select the view menu and select show all devices. And as you can see, it's going to show us all the disks. In this case, we're going to select the SSD, not the external flash drive. We're going to select our SSD where we want to install the Monterey Mac OS. We select erase and we select APFS and a journal extern partition. The name you can put actually whatever name you want. I'm actually going to name it Monterey. Now here we click erase and we wait until the disk utility cleans the SSD. In case the SSD had some files or something, it actually is going to take a lot of time, so I recommend you to wait. Now here we close the disk utility and we're going to click on install macOS Monterey. We click continue, and actually this option can take a lot of time because the install is actually pretty slow, so this action can actually take up to 1 or 2 hours, so I really recommend you to wait patiently. Here we click I had read and accept the terms and conditions, and here we select the SSD. In this case, like I said before, I name it Monterey, so I'm going to select it. Here, the 500 SSD, select Monterey and click continue or next. And now, if you can see, there are like 50 or half an hour. We have to wait, so I really recommend you to do something manual. This whole process actually took like 1 hour, maybe. You have to wait. Don't worry, it's going to work, so don't go in a hurry doing this. The MacBook is actually going to restart like 2 or 3 times, sorry, maybe more, so don't select anything, just let the MacBook do its job. It's actually going to install by itself, so just be patient and wait. And when it's ready, as you can see, you have to do the first time settings like creating an account or entering your your Apple ID, and you can actually use the App Store and everything, but some apps like Final Cut or something, depending on your model or your MacBook version, it's not going to work. I really recommend you to first read the list of supported models of MacBook, so you don't make a mistake or something. As you can see here, we are actually, and now this is very important, when it launches, as you can see, we are here in the desktop and the OpenCore app, it actually shows up. This is really important. In case the app doesn't show up, you have to download it, via Google and do this, install OpenCore to disk. And now we have to select our SSD. This is very important. We have to select the SSD where we install, in this case, Monterey. Here we select our disk EFI, we click, and now we put our password, the same one we created. We wait until it installs, and now we hit reboot. As you can see, the UI it's like buggy. Don't worry, we are going to fix this like later, next to the reboot. Now when we are going to reboot, we have to hold the Alt key or the Option key again. We wait until it boots, and now we select the EFI boot, but the one on the left, the one who has like an SSD logo. We have to select this one. This is very important. Don't select anything else. Select the EFI boot option that has the OpenCore Legacy logo and the SSD logo, not the external drive logo. And here we also select the name we put on our SSD. In this case we put Monterey, so we select the one who says Monterey. We log in, and now you can see that our MacBook Pro 2011 13 inches has 16 GB of RAM, and it has the Monterey version 12.6.5. Okay, so now we're going to fix the UI or any error that you can probably experience. To do this, we have to search again for OpenCore Legacy Patcher. We go to the OpenCore Legacy Patcher website. We go to Setting Up, and we're going to select Download and Build Mac OS Installer. We select again OpenCore Legacy Patcher apps, and we download it again, the same version. This is very important. Select the OpenCore Patcher UI apps. We allow, and now we download it. We execute it again. We're going to download OpenCore Patcher. We double click it. Wait until it opens. It can actually take a lot of time, so be patient. Now we select Open. And here we select Post Install Root Patches or Patch. We click it and we select Reinstall Root Patches. We select Open as root, we put on password. And now we are on root access with the OpenCore Legacy Patcher. And now as you can see, it says root patching. This actually can take time, so again, be patient. Right now we are not going to reboot. We click on ignore. We click select return to main menu. We're going to settings and we uncheck the show boot picker. This is very important because this actually makes our Mac instantly boot into our SSD or Monterey installation. And here we again select install OpenCore and we select install to disk. And here we select our SSD and select the EFI partition. And now we click on reboot and we wait. As you can see, the UI bugs are now patched and we can restart our MacBook Pro. And if you reached this part of this video, then congratulations, because you installed Monterey on a 2011 MacBook Pro or MacBook 8.1. And here, as you can see, is the final result.